Hello everyone. This video regarding experiment number 9, complex number addition using class. Okay. So in this particular video, I will explain experiment number 9. Okay. In this, since we started today only the object-oriented programming, what is class, what is object, what is constructor, methods, okay, and the string representation and the addition of a complex number that we will do. So let me add one file, 9.py, which is nothing but it's experiment number 9. Okay, and before begin with the experiment, let me take you on the syllabus so that I can let you know what exactly the mean of it. This is the lab manual which I have given for the experiment number 9. I was going through. The program is to define a complex representing a complex number and a function to add two complex objects. Develop a program to read n must be greater or equals to 2 complex numbers and the compute their cumulative addition. Okay. The algorithmic steps I have given, just read it. You will understand. I will explain directly program. This is the flow chart is given. And the program even I have given the same thing I'm going to perform. Okay. So just observe here in the syllabus part, the highlighted one we are going to perform, the ninth one. And tomorrow you will get the video for the 10th experiment also, so that you can complete your record and write it, and later you can come and get evaluate. Okay. Define a function which takes two objects representing complex number and returns its new complex number with the addition of a two complex number. Okay. So it's very simple. If you have already studied the what is complex number, it's like a format of a plus ib, where I is the imaginary part, means real part plus imaginary part, the combination of real part and imaginary part, right? Define a suitable class complex, means class name must be complex to represent complex number. Develop a program to read n, means number you have to read, how many complex number you wanted to add, must be greater or equal to 2. Okay. Complex numbers and to compute the cumulative addition of those numbers. Okay. This is the your program. That's the same program I'm going to perform. So if I copy it and I'm sharing now VS Code, and directly I will perform here. So let me take this inside the, so that you can easily understand the requirement. Okay. So this is the program. And first of all, what is complex number? Complex number is nothing but it's a combination of a real number and the imaginary number. For example, let's say complex number. Okay, I'm writing a formula you are aware about. Let's say x is the real part plus I y will be the imaginary part. So combination of these two addition is called as complex number. Okay. In your program, they are telling take such either two or more than two complex number, add it and return it through the class based program. Okay. So how to perform the program? Now I will explain. So first I have to declare the class. Let me off my AI. So first I need to create the class, and class name must be complex colon come inside. After that, you have to create the constructor. Today only I explained what is the constructor and all. Hmm? So first I will create the constructor. How to create the constructor? Def space underscore underscore init means initialization, then underscore underscore in bracket the first current object called as self and real part comma imaginary part. Okay. These two parameters I have taken. Fine. Now I will initialize real and imaginary part. So how to initialize the real and imaginary part? So with the help of self dot real equals to real. This is the process of initialization. Today only we learned about it. Again, self dot imaginary part. Okay. And let me make it imaginary completely. Okay. Same thing I will use imaginary and equals to imaginary. Fine. So this is how you can initialize. Then create the function for the addition. Okay. Let's say add function name, and here I will take one current object called as self and other. Okay. In which I will get the result. Okay. Then return the complex number. Okay. Then return the complex. How? Addition of real and imaginary. Okay. So self dot real plus other dot real. Okay. Comma, comma, self dot imaginary plus other dot imaginary. Okay. Bracket close. Come out. Okay. Now create third method, def, basically to provide the formatted display. Okay. As per the requirement in the manual, it is given str string formatting. Okay. Underscore underscore. Then take one current object called as self. Okay. Fine. Now come out. Then just it's a formatting. Okay. So the way it is given in your manual, the same way I'm trying to apply here. Plus, okay, symbol. If self dot imaginary greater or equal to 0, else, okay, else minus, else minus, okay. I hope you got the idea. I will explain the code, don't worry. Then return, return, take f string inside the bracket, okay, right, self dot real, this bracket closed, then sign, okay, then sign, then absolute function I have taught, please recall, okay, whatever it will return the absolute value, self dot imaginary, okay, come out from this and I. Now come out from this. Now I will write the main program, okay. This till here you have created class and methods. Okay. Now I should write the main. So as it is given, you want user input for the how many complex number you want. Okay. So since you want a complex number, better to take integer type. Okay. So this is how you can cross check also input and right here how many complex number. Okay. Just give the one message. That's all. Come out. Then apply. See here validation. If n is less than 2, na, it won't work. Minimum 2. So print n must be n greater or equal to 2. Okay. Come out. Else if it's valid value, then you perform the operation. So you take one empty list. Okay. I will declare one empty list. Later I will add all the addition. Okay. So now you iterate it. I mean, how many number and then add it. So better go with the loop. In, I in range, I in range. Okay. N. Okay. So this you have taken. Okay. One extra, I think. Next column come inside. Okay. This must be greater. Hmm? Or else do one thing. So there is no, not to make any confusion. Take num. Okay. And here also take num. Then come inside. Come inside. Sorry. Here I have taken n, caps n. Okay. Fine. Now come inside. Print. Okay. Some message like print and f column. I mean code from the new line. You write here. Enter complex number. You are asking the complex number. Okay. Then C, complex number representation is C. Then I plus 1. After that, after that, for real number, it might float. Okay. Next, input, input, enter real part, enter, enter real part. Fine. Similarly, for imaginary, I'm going to take IM and again float, then input, user input, then take here, enter imaginary part. Okay. Enter imaginary part. Okay. This is how. After that, one second. After that, the taken empty list num dot append. Okay. Then complex, the function calling, complex, pass the parameter real and imaginary. Real and imaginary. After this, come out from the loop, calculate the result, okay, num, and it will start from the 0. After that, perform the cumulative addition, the last line, okay. Once I will complete this one, I will let you know the explanation of in I in range, you don't know how many numbers are there, okay. So you start from 1 and go up to n, okay. How many you are taking the, what you're calling it, number, that many number you can go, okay. After that, calculate, I mean result dot, result equals to result dot add number, sorry, num, and pass the I, so that the, how many it will iterate, that will get add, okay. After that, print, okay. And since there is some formatting you wanted to apply, you may apply, it is up to you, okay. Some formatting I have given like that. After that, print from the new line only, or else take f string better. So sum of n, sum of n complex, sum of n must be caps, okay. Means the many number, two numbers of a complex, like if two are taking complex numbers, okay, just a formatting. Then return the results. Then same, you may print it. Okay. So this is how you can write the program. So this is about the program. Now what this program is, let me explain. Okay. So your program is nothing but, so here is the program. Okay. Uh, Let me explain the entire program. First, you have to create the class name complex. After that, you have to create the constructor method, okay, which is automatically called when the object is created. And for that, you have used def space underscore init. First, you have taken current object called as self. It is mandatory you have to take. After that, two parameters, real and imaginary. Real will store real value, imaginary will store imaginary value. You can see the format, real value and imaginary value. Okay. Now, for self, I mean, store the real part inside the object. You have used self dot real equals to real. To store the imaginary part inside, you have used self dot imaginary equals to imaginary. Okay, fine. After this, method to add two complex numbers. So you have to create method which is used to add the two complex numbers. So you have given the complete formula for that. Okay. Self basically used to current object and others will be used for the complex object. Please keep in mind. Then it will return new complex object after the addition. This is the function which you have created. After that, uh, add real parts and the imaginary parts separately to return the complex number. Okay. So this is what you have done here. Okay. These two lines. Sorry, complex and real. Yeah, here you have done. Okay. Then you have a formatting string. So formatting string you have done. It is up to you completely how you wanted to display. Which I have displaced, which underscore underscore star underscore which automatically will get what you can, the object will get print using print function. So this sign and all just a formatting. Okay. Return formatted complex number. Here you can see this is okay. So this is the one class which you have created for the one is to store the values, another is to return the addition of the complex number, and third one is for the formatting. Okay, this formatting it is up to you completely. Now, after that we'll come to the main program. Here you have taken one variable and you are taking user input how many complex number you wanted to add, and the condition given here that complex number must be n equals to greater or equals to 2 only. Minimum 2 is needed. So if it is less than 2, and must be greater than or equal to 2 when message will come. Otherwise, if you have taken 2 or more than 2, you will come to else part. After that, you have taken empty list to store the object. Empty list to store the object. After that, then again, loop. You have to run the loop till n times. I will iterate until the condition is true. Suppose two complex number you have taken, I will iterate for two times. Okay, display complex number. Okay, display complex number. Okay. After this, read the real part. Read the real part. It will store in the R. Read the imaginary part. It will store the in the IM. After that, create and store the list. After that, create and store the list. So this is where through the append you have create and store the list, and that will one by one will get stored in the empty list. Once you are done with this, again you have executed one loop for the cumulative addition at the end. Okay. And assume first complex number as an initial result. Okay. So this is why you have taken. Okay. After that, add current result with the next object until the loop condition will true. Okay. And this is how you can display your entire program. So this is easy program only. If today's class we have taken, might you are understanding rest of the logic is there to addition of a complex number. Okay. Addition of a complex number, and this is the formula to add the complex number, and the entire program I have written on your screen, right? So please follow this. Okay. Any doubt you can come and ask. So basically class, object, constructor, self, means current object, method you have been used, init and str you have been used, list and loop. These are the basic concept we have used. Okay, now let me run it first, whether it is correct or not. Yes, it is asking how many numbers. Let's say I want to add two complex numbers. So it is asking enter the complex number, first complex number. So first real part it is asking, let's say 3. Then it is asking uh, imaginary part. So let's say imaginary part 4. You can observe this is the combination of 3 plus 4i. This will come like that, right? It is asking again. It is asking again the complex number. Let's say this time 4 my or 5 my real part, and the imaginary part let's say 4. Okay. If you add these two complex number, you can observe the two complex addition of a two complex number is observe here. 3 plus 5, 8. So 8.0 since you have stored in the float format. Okay. You have been taken these two things from the float format. And imaginary part 4 plus 4, 8. Okay. So this is how you can perform the addition of a two complex number. It's very simple program that you may just go through, practice it, you will come to know. Okay, here is nothing as hard. So I am stopping this video here only. This is for your reference purpose. Write the program, practice it, and go with the full of a concept. Please be clear with the class, constructor, the methods, the formatting methods which we have taken, and the logic, everything. Okay, so this is the good example for the class based Python based class related program. Okay, so guys, please prepare your record till experiment number 9. Write down all the notes and everything properly. Okay, and tomorrow I will provide the experiment number 10 program. Okay. Okay, I'm stopping here. Please be use of it and learn it. Thank you.